What's going on, everyone? I'm back here with another unboxing video, and today I'm going to be unboxing the newly released iPhone SE. It was just released yesterday, March 31st. And yeah, I picked it up from my local Apple store for $430 after tax. And I did get the unlocked version, so I did not get a specific carrier. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. The basic form factor of this phone is basically the same as the iPhone 5S, so I'm curious to see what this is going to look like out of the box. And I did get it in gold, as you can see here. But yeah, anyway, so we have the image of the front of the phone, and then we have iPhone SE, Apple logo, iPhone SE, and another Apple logo. And then on the back, I did also get the 16GB version. Now, I'm really annoyed, though, that the Apple only stuck with 16 and 64GB versions of this phone. I wish they would have done 32 and 64, but that's my own opinion. But anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and crack the box open and see what we got. So let's go ahead and get the plastic off of here. All right. There we are. So, let's go ahead and open it up. And slowly coming out. Very slow. There we go. And there we are. The iPhone SE in gold right on top. So, from first impressions, the phone looks absolutely identical to the iPhone 5S. Pretty much no changes whatsoever. But let's go ahead and set that off for just a second and see what else we get in here. So we get the standard documentation designed by Apple in California. Open it up, and then here, since this excuse me, is the unlocked version, it does come with the SIM ejection tool. So that's nice, that's included. Then in here you just get your basic instruction booklet, your little setup card, warranty information, and then of course 2 Apple stickers. So that's all usual. And then in here we have the usual box contents. So you have your Lightning to USB cable, your USB wall adapter, and the standard Apple EarPods. So pretty much the same exact packaging that we've had since the iPhone 5 back in 2012. Nothing has really changed. But the main star of the show is the SE itself. So, yeah, like I said, the design is absolutely identical to the 5S. It is still using that industrial square design, which actually I kind of like. But I was kind of expecting there to be more of a rounded edge. And one thing I'm noticing is the chamfered edges on the side here are no longer shiny. They're a matte finish now, which is a slight difference, I guess. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a quick tour of the phone. Let's go ahead and power it up while we're doing that. So on the front here, we have the standard 4-inch LCD display. It is the same exact resolution as the 5S, so it is a 4-inch diagonal with a pixel density of 326 ppi at a resolution of 1136 by 640. So still the same resolution as the 5S, unfortunately, so you don't get a bump up in quality, so that's unfortunate there. Moving on from the display, we have the Touch ID sensor, which is another unfortunate thing about this phone, is the Touch ID sensor is still the first generation of the sensor. The SE does not have the iPhone 6S Touch ID sensor, which is, I believe, the 3rd generation. So it is still using the old Touch ID technology, which is incredibly unfortunate, and I really don't understand why Apple did that. I'm assuming it's to cut costs, but guess we'll just have to deal with it. Then another thing up top here, we have our earpiece, ambient light sensor, and our 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera. That's another thing that has been carried over from the 5S. The SE does not have the 5 megapixel front-facing camera like we see on the iPhone 6S. So that's another thing that Apple has kept the same. On this side, you have your volume rockers right here, more like buttons rather. Your mute switch. On this side, we have our SIM tray. On the bottom, we have our 3.5mm headset jack, microphone, lightning connector, and speaker. Of all exactly the same as the 5S. At the top, power button on the top still. It has not been moved to the side, as some of us may have been wondering. On the back, we have the same two-tone design. You have the gold aluminum back here, and then you have the white glass at the top and bottom. And then as you can see, because of this is an SE, you now have the iPhone SE branding at the bottom to let you distinguish what phone this is. And another thing to note is the Apple logo is now the separate part, just like the iPhone 6 and 6S. So that's a slight hardware change. Then the rear-facing camera is the biggest change, I would say, to this phone. So you still have the True Tone flash and the microphone, but the camera has now been upgraded from 8 megapixels all the way to 12 megapixels like we see on the iPhone 6S. And the camera is capable of recording 4K video at 30 frames a second or 1080p video at 60 frames a second, which is really, really nice. And it also still supports the slow motion video that we're used to with the 120 frames as well as the 240 frames a second, which is very nice. And then this also supports live photos. That's another thing. Now, I forgot to mention this does not have 3D touch built into the display, so the way you would view live photos is by doing a long press on the screen rather than a force press. So that's another little thing there that they didn't implement, unfortunately. But yeah, the camera is fully upgraded. It's the same exact camera as you would find in the 6S. So that's really, really nice. Okay, moving on. That's basically it of the hardware. Let's go ahead and now give you guys a quick rundown of the new specifications that are built into this phone. So, this phone is running the A9 64-bit chip, which is also found in the 6S, as well as the M9 Motion coprocessor. So it's got the latest processor from Apple built in, which is nice. So you're going to get a significant bump in speed compared to the iPhone 5S. It also has, excuse me, Bluetooth built in. It still uses the Bluetooth 4.2 technology, so it's kind of the most recent version of Bluetooth, which is nice. It has NFC built in for Apple Pay, so this iPhone can use Apple Pay at certain retailers, which is nice. The Wi-Fi is 802.11, ABG, N, and AC, so it has the latest Wi-Fi. And it has new LTE bands, or antennas rather. So it's going to get a significant increase in speed with the LTE networks, depending on which carrier you end up using this phone with. So that's another very good perk there. It also still carries or implements all of the same sensors. You got the GPS, compass, Wi-Fi, cellular. All of those basic features are still built in here, which is great. The battery is capable of 10 days of standby, 50 hours of audio playback, and 14 hours of talk time. So Apple's claiming that the battery is a slight increase over the 5S, but I'll have to do some tests to actually make sure that that is valid. Yeah, it still has the gyroscope and all that good stuff there. So that's basically it of the specs. One more thing before I go into the software. It does come in 4 colors now, so you get the space gray, silver, and gold like we saw with the 5S, but now you do get a new color, rose gold, which was announced with the 6S, so you get that new rose gold color option, which is nice. But anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and let's go through the setup process. So let's go ahead and zoom in here real quick, and let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and slide through this. No SIM card installed. That doesn't matter, so we don't need to do that just now. Okay, United States. Let's see if it finds my Wi-Fi connection. All right. Gonna have to click that. Actually, no, I'm going to... No, actually, yeah. Okay, so let me type in my passcode real quick. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the light actually so you can see it better. Okay, it's activating. Okay, so it appears it is requiring a SIM card. So I'm going to pause the video here and put a SIM card in this so we can move on with the process. So I'll be right back. All right, the SIM card has now been installed and the phone is now activated. So let's go ahead and continue with the setup. So yes, we want to enable location services. We're going to set up Touch ID later. Continue. Passcode, I'm going to do that later. Continue. And then from this screen, you can have the option of restoring from a backup from several different locations. You can either do it from the iCloud, iTunes, set up as a new iPhone, or a new option now. You can move data from an Android phone if you're going from Android to iOS. But I'm going to be just setting up as a new iPhone in this case, so let's go ahead and click that. Apple ID, let's go ahead and skip this. Okay, set up later, don't use. Agree, yes, use Siri. Set up later, let's not send that. And there we go, the setup process is now complete. So let's get started, and there we are on the home screen. So, straight away, as you can see, the home screen is exactly the same as you would find it on the 5S. It still has the 5 rows of icons, and basically everything you'd come to expect from the 5S, but it now has the speed and specs of the iPhone 6S. So that's a very, very nice. Real quick, let's go ahead and take a look at the camera application and see how live photos work. So live photos are something right here at the very top. You can click this to turn live photos on and off. So if we turn it on and snap a quick picture like so, and you can see move it around, you saw a little indication at the very top that said live, and that meant it was recording a very short snippet of video. So if we go over here, and if I do a long press on the video, or excuse me, photo, it will do the live photo. So if I click it, as you can see, it kind of did the live photo effect. It's kind of interesting. It's a neat feature, but I just don't know how often I'm going to use it because it does take up more space than just a normal picture. But there is a way to save the still image from a live photo. Now, you do have to be running iOS 9.3, which this phone has installed. So what you do is go and hit the little arrow coming out of the box, or rather the share button, I guess, and you hit duplicate. And when you click that, you can either duplicate the live photo, or you can duplicate, excuse me, got kind of tongue-tied, as a still photo. So if you click this, it has now duplicated it and is now a still photo. So if I long press, it won't do anything. It just stays there and does nothing. And this one is the live photo. This one is the not live photo. So pretty nifty thing. Like I said, I don't know how often I'm going to use it, but it's a definite cool thing to have on there. Let's go ahead and real quick, let's see if we can find where 4K video recording is at. I think we have to go into settings. Oh, 9.3.1 is available. I was not aware of that until now. But anyway, so we find down here under camera. Where's camera? There we go. So if we go to record video, you now have the option of recording 4K at 30 frames a second. You click that, and if we go back to the photo camera application, whoops. You now see we have a 4K icon down in the bottom corner. So every video that you record now will be in 4K. So that's pretty nice. Unfortunately, like I said, it's only 30 frames a second, so you don't get 4K at 60 frames. I'm hoping that that could be in a new software update or a new version of the phone, whatever. But anyway, it's not there. But that is basically it of my unboxing of the iPhone SE. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to stay tuned for some camera tests and video tests that I'll be uploading soon, so you guys can get an idea of what the camera quality is like. And also, stay tuned for my full in-depth review, which should be coming in within the next few weeks. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video once again. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below. Greatly appreciated. Hit the like button as well. Much appreciated. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything about this phone, drop a comment below, and I will get back to them as soon as I can. So, yeah, that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this video once again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.